the same spot at the same place. It's now day 12, and I'm not planning to stop and give up. I'll continue anyway. There is so many more things which I want to share, I want to say. I'm waiting for this moment. It's something that I like doing. I love doing it. For some reason, I find it cool just to be able to express my thoughts, to be able to speak, and get down to self-reflection, potential planning on the future, reflection of the past, and looking how I can use what I have now in order for me to get somewhere, and also do it publicly. And I believe this 30 days of daily videos, not even just reading book and listening to podcasts and going to a gym, just the speaking itself, and this idea that I like this challenge that I have to do it every day for 13 days in a row, it's a foundation. It's a very solid foundation on which I'm planning to build so many things. And surely some things which I'm gonna build are going to be, maybe with time, deconstructed, destroyed completely to the ground. In order for new things to be built. And sometimes it's a necessary process, as we say, as the phrase goes, in order for something new to be built, the old must be destroyed. So looking forward to that, because also it's not a secret that the more things you destroy, the more you try and rebuild and restructure, the closer you'll get to somewhere where you actually want to be, and closer to inner satisfaction with the amount of work completed and the result achieved. All right, so regarding today, I'd love to start with this idea, which I've just experienced, not idea, more a feeling that I have experienced a few minutes ago before starting the video, and I even made a little video about it, a short form video about it, where I kind of rushed through the idea. And yeah, the idea is simple, or the feeling again. As soon as you make a choice and you know what you want to do, the path becomes much more clear. All the noise, all the mental masturbation stops, and all you have to do is just execute the daily action which is required for you to get to that goal, whatever it has been decided. So I love this shift from searching and looking and doubting and deciding and then searching again, being able to exit the loop and commit to one thing, to one decision, to one goal. And that one goal, committing to one goal, often means that there are so many different pathways which you can take in order to get to that goal. So what I love here is that you can use the same method of committing to one thing even when already being committed to one goal. You can commit to a single type of action for the next 30 days. For example, let's say if your goal is to I don't know, have a business and maybe do websites, right? Everyone like speaks about websites as an example. So let's also talk about websites. So if you want to have an agency building cool websites, maybe the next 30 days, that one thing that you should be doing is simply getting the portfolio, or maybe a team, or maybe a list of actions. But these are the same actions. 30 minutes per day you do portfolio, 30 minutes of day you spend for finding the team members and trying to get as many team members as possible so you can scale, and maybe an hour you spent in finding clients and reaching out to people and selling, suggesting them your services, and maybe doing some free work for them so they understand the value and then they're ready to pay for it later on. So this helps you to focus, to lock in, and just start grinding instead of thinking, where should I place my attention today? What is it that is the most important today? What I should be doing? Is it this or maybe not? Yesterday I did this. It didn't feel as good, so maybe it's better to do it something else, something different. Really sucks. Take a decision in this one thing that you want to be doing globally and locally, and then just get down to work, execute, and make it happen. Simple as that. But so far, that's the feeling, like that's what I felt. And honestly, for what is it, for the last few years, I finally felt at ease because I don't have to be worried. From like every day I would think, what am I doing, what I want to do, should I do this, should I do this, but there were also many of these things, so it was difficult for me to take the decision and commit. And finally I know where to place all that energy. I know that this is the field that I want to be doing, and having this 30 days challenge really helped me to focus, or also, as they say, to nail down, align, specializing. I think that's the word. Yeah, but that's not really the one which suits here. Of course, what we're saying is that getting down to one thing and doing that is, for me, this challenge, 30 days, really helped to feel better and to stop thinking all that rubbish, and have a clear plan for a day. You don't need to think when and what you should do in what order. You know in what order, you know when are you doing it, and you know what are you doing. You just have to do it. Leave so less room for doubting, for procrastination, for laziness. And I think that's a great mind trick in a way. Life hack could be. Oh yeah. However, what's difficult here is that it takes a solid amount of time to. It can take, again, it depends from person to person. Some people are much more faster and you can say lucky with finding something what they want to be doing, and they don't need to spend years looking for it. In my case, I had to spend, what it was, 5 years trying to understand and uncover what is it that I want to be doing. and then maybe 4 years, and then the last year. Here, it's, by the way, it's an interesting topic because I would love to say that I spend a good amount of years, like the most of it, 80%, understanding what I want to be doing, and then I spend another 20% of 5 years, which is another year of actually getting myself to do the thing. However, I believe that like the argument I have here for myself is that even like this year which I spent to get down and start actually doing the thing, I did not do that for a year because I still didn't know deeply enough why I need it. What is the reason? Like I wasn't sure. I still had a lot of doubts and other projects in mind, and I wanted to do them first, and I felt that they would be more suitable for me and for my path. That's why I was not sitting down and actually doing it. So as soon as I realized that this is the thing, that I don't need any preparation to start it, I don't need a clear goal and direction to do this one thing and start being in a zone. It just clicked, and I was like, yeah, I'm a YouTuber now. Yeah, that's kind of how it was. I would say that also what is super important is not to lose that click. When it's clicking, you made it. Really. That is the time when you just need to lock in. Lock in, trust the process, keep working, you'll get there. Just locking the feeling, locking to this activity, and let the wave carry you. But of course, you need to learn how to swim. Is it a good analogy? Now I'm asking myself, what is required to better understand, and let's try to that. I never did it, but I'm gonna try writing down what has been discussed so far. Okay, so far we've discussed about the idea of shift from constant thinking and doubting to simple and I want to say some kind of ball glass. No, cold or simple and cold execution, or dry execution, or ruthless. Simple and lifeless. Let me use. I can do whatever I want, right? It's more like even not 50 minutes of me speaking. It's 50 minutes of me just working, kind of. Life. Okay, cold. Okay. How else to say? Boring is execution. I want to say the fact that it gives me some weird results. Lifeless, cold, simple execution. How else to say in the whatever discipline term, discipline slang. This should work. What is it? Clinical. I don't need clinical, bro. It's discipline. Cold-blooded, stone cold, deadpan, blank, surgical. Cold-blooded. Brutal. Brutal execution. Maybe brutal execution. Maybe brutal execution. Or some any other way to describe that. You just have to sit down, start working, execute. No need to think shit, whatever, just do your job. Simple as it is. How? Give me like 50 different ways to say it. Hardwire it. Cycle the task. Natural. Hammer. Heavy execution. It's good words, by the way. Bury the task. Monk mode. Eat the frog. Shit. Give me 50 variations with the word execution. I want to say shift from constant thinking and doubting to simple and cold-blooded execution. How else I can say? Cold-blooded, brutal, what other ways? Flatline, Deadeye, mercenary execution, brute force, relentless, unflinching, heavy metal, ironclad, industrial execution. Jesus, pure. Oh, raw, pure. I think pure was the word I was looking for. Cold-blooded sounds better, though. Cold-blooded execution. I think that is the one I want. Then, after this, we've discussed already the effort it can take, the effort and time it can take to understand what is it that you truly want. Maybe we can call it somewhat the process itself is kind of like it is tiring and it's a difficult process. You just keep questioning and looking for the answers, and it feels like an endless cycle, loop. I don't want to lose the word loop or any what is connected with loop idea. It's more a path which is dark, sometimes not very easy, and also in that path you have to go through a lot of self-doubt about, also like a lot of comparison to other people who already committed to something and they were able to commit and start doing the thing and get results while you're still in process of looking. So we can call this process, how did I feel about it? Uncertainty phase. Okay, let's call it uncertainty phase. As soon as you shift from that uncertainty phase to cold-blooded execution, it's just complete game changer. Then again, it's not easy to get out from uncertainty phase. I would think so earlier, but now actually that I've just crossed the line and looking back, I understand that I would be able to go through this phase much faster if I would listen to this, if I knew these few simple principles that first of all, you don't need to know where you want to be going exactly in order for you to do the thing. You don't need to know exactly where you want to be in a few years or in 10 years or in general in the future. All you need is a general direction. If I knew that earlier, that I would definitely start earlier. But I spend a lot of time trying to understand, is it though? Because what if I do this, but I still don't understand, I don't have a clear vision, I need a more clear vision, I need something more fulfilling and confident and in what I am 100% sure. But you cannot be 100% sure at anything in when you're so young, and if you find yourself not knowing what you want to be doing, then there is no way that you're going to know for sure what you want to do in the next, let's say, after 10 years time in life in general. What do you want to do in life? Ask a person who found himself not knowing what he want to do, what he want to do. He's going to, yes, but he still needs to execute. So find a direction in which you feel confident enough that it's something what you like, and keep working in that direction, and then the things will start clearing up for you. You will understand that, okay, this is something I like, this maybe I don't like as much, and you will start sharpening the sword and your own vision, your feelings, better understanding your own concepts, the inner beliefs and wants and needs, and you'll get there much faster than I did. So I believe that's really such an important part of it. It takes a lot of weight off your shoulder. Second is that to start do the thing, a lot of people nowadays with all this social media, Instagram reels and phrases from popular, like people saying different things, it's brought up to us that we need some kind of strong motivation for us to do something, to start, to keep going. We need motivation. And the motivation is usually something in front of us. That's how it's implied in society in the recent years. But what no one is talking about is that the best motivation usually is not what's in front, but what's behind. Something what you know you don't want. Something what you're trying to run away from. And also, if I knew that, in addition to general direction thing, let me put here, general direction is enough. Dun, 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 dun. Really, our experience and probably the situation we're in now, and where we don't want to be so much by looking at other people, it is such a nice fuel. Like, it's burning very well. You don't need much to start the fire. It burns by itself, and probably it will serve you for a good amount of years. So definitely should be looked into. Just 99, as soon as we get to 30, which is Okay, so when it hits 110, it means that the video is over. 20 minutes more. Let's go. So far we spoke about the shift from constant thinking and doubting to simple and cold-blooded execution. Second, what we discussed is uncertainty phase, which is general direction is enough, and look back. Look back means don't always try to find the motivation in front of you, something what will happen to you in the future, the lifestyle, whatever it is, but maybe instead look for the lifestyle you never wanted, something what you hate and you fear, can be even. So big chunk will help to hear. If there's anything else in getting from uncertainty phase, I'd say no. That's really more than enough. If I had these two things, I'd be able to move through uncertainty phase much more faster and shift to cold-blooded execution. A lot of times it's also felt to me like I did find this one thing, but deep down I knew that it's not something what I want to be doing. Like I was doing it, but I knew that it's not really speaking to me as much. But what I'm doing now speaks to me so much, and I want to be developing it. I am ready to do it when I'm tired. I'm ready to do it on my weekend. I'm ready to devote the time and effort needed, required. So there is no way I don't succeed. Just give me time. How much time? 5 years. That's shit ton of time. Well, even for YouTube, that's really enough time to be able to grow and progress if done right. Of course, I need good thumbnails, I need good ideas, I need good clips, good content, unique content. I need to find the strength, my like what am I unique at, what is my USP, and how to sell that. Also, some additional products, use other social medias and use them too. Yeah. This beat is oh my god, guys, if only you could hear this beat now. Mm, mm, mm. Maybe one day I'll become a freestyler. We'll create a separate Instagram account where all I'll be doing is making raps and make the days of my enemies count. I have so much will, also which I never shared with anybody, for me to put the words together. Yeah, but it is not the easiest thing to do. That's why rappers who do it fast are so cool. Mm, mm. That's really good bit there. Okay, whatever distraction. Stay on the path. As the Mr. Li from Book of Eli says. Can I allow myself to distract like this on these kind of videos? Maybe I shouldn't, because then of course I'm losing the audience. If there ever imagine was a person who watched until a certain period in my videos, at some point he's gonna say, "Bro, what is this clone doing? Like, look at him. Like, what? Why am I even watching? Why am I watching this dude just doing some weird stuff?" So definitely not the right thing to do. which I should learn to also work on. The point of me having music while doing videos is because this way I don't have to worry about how loud or not loud my voice is, so I can speak in the way comfortable to me without worrying about basically the loudness. However, that's why like when I switch off the music, I can hear very well my own voice and I can understand how loud it is, and I feel sorry for my neighbors because I know that it's 1 a.m. and they want to sleep probably. So I want to be able to speak as confident, as loud, as correct. I meant to say in a way that you can hear me very well. So I would kind of sacrifice that. Okay, so now I'm sacrificing something else. And then the cool music is playing is even easier to do. Okay. So I'm thinking now, what is it that I want to be popular for? And I want to be popular for doing, for example, what is that sentence which I want to be presented with to other people? For example, if I were to be presented to Chris Williamson one day, how would that person present me? For example, if there is an event or in general a personal meeting, and a person would go, "Hey, by the way, yes, this is the person I wanted you to meet. This is Lev. He's he's done this, and this. What are the things? Something what I know that it's not very healthy to ask such question, but I use it as my North Star at the moment. And I'm not looking for his validation, of course not. Like I have my own one, that's more than enough, but I'm using him now as my older self in a way. So I feel like connected to his type of action. So I know that if, for example, he would say, "Oh, damn, that's crazy cool," then definitely I'd be probably one of the greatest in whatever it is, and therefore be successful, have money, and complete my mission. So, what is it that I want to be presented with to Chris Williamson? Shit, that's such a nice thing to think to ask yourself. Such a nice question. Hmm. how you want to be presented. To your to the person you admire most. You admire and inspire from most. So and also I'll write it as an agenda of today's meeting. How would I wanna be presented to Chris? Okay, let's say I do videos on YouTube. Wow, so cool. I do long and meaningful hours of work. Am I better than Andrew Human or Huberman? Andrew, what is his full name? Yeah, Andrew Huberman. Well, certainly not. What he's doing is complete insane. He's like a fucking bodybuilder scientist who is able to sit down and listen to do a fucking podcast for 8 hours straight. Yeah, that's nuts. That's really different. Like, what the flip? So not that. So what is it then? He was able to. It's left. All he's doing, his life mission is to inspire others, and he made his path through a lot of self-doubt and searching, and finally came out well enough, was able to find a way out of that loop, and now he's helping others to do the same. Yeah, good. Definitely, maybe he will be interested to ask a few questions about maybe what it is that you need to do to understand what you want to do and start doing it. That's also at the moment for me, that's the part I'm dealing with, and that's why I see only this as my main topic, because that is the main topic for me at the moment. Now it's the person who is a hammer solves all the problems with nails, but not all problems require nails. So yeah. Oh. 1 second, my girlfriend is calling me. Let me tell her, what is it, 5 minutes. Okay, so yes, Andrew Huberman, and maybe not only inspiring people doing long videos, no, performing. Yeah, but performance itself is not enough. I want something cool, something what would give you a wow effect. You know, like you did it, you know, something like that. Or maybe I would be able to do great shows with some cool ass exhibitions where I would inspire people not only through my words and by giving certain speeches, but also for different ways of inspiring people. But that's not enough. I want to do more than that. I don't know yet what is it exactly. I wish I knew. Some kind of business. Eh, if it's like super successful, then why not? But I want to completely change the narrative. Like Uber, for example, or YouTube, or ChatGPT, or like something what would completely be so new, so different, and also so cool, beneficial, bringing people together. And so there would be an action of unity, of inspiration, direction. What could it be? Not sure yet, and definitely will find a way later on. I will figure it out as I go. And so far, I believe the videos should be, and it is getting close to an end. So I want to say thank you everyone for getting this far. Again, I think maybe only a few thousand people for in the next 10 years will see this video. And if there is anyone, let's dream big. Let's dream big. Let's give a message to myself and everyone who is watching this in 2030. No, that's 2033. Yes. So 7 years from now. First, to everyone else. Guys, why are you watching this? Like, did I actually do something that cool in 7 years period of time that you were inspired so much to see where I started, so you went all the way down and looked at this particular video, which is 12 out of the whole challenge. So, like, why 12? Why not first, second, third? Maybe a normal person would stop after fifth. 12. So, anyway, if you do, I'm really, really, really thankful to you. It's incredible to think this way, to dream this big. And it means that if I was able to do it with all my doubts, with my starting point, then of course you can do it too. It would be a great proof. It means that I was able to prove to everyone else who is there, just starting their path, that everything is possible if you just put enough dream work and belief in it. Definitely. Just keep on working, step by step, page by page, page by page. And there are also so many unwritten pages in front. And you decide what is going to be the theme, or maybe something else. Maybe it could be a 3D page. You never know. It can be very different. And to myself, I would say, made. Well, I believe you made it. I'll tell more on the next video. I still have enough time to to tell myself something when I will be 2030. Yeah, definitely I should record videos more like this, like when I will be 1 year from now, 10 years from now, something like this. That sounds really cool. I stole it from Mr. Beast. Message.